Hey everyone, Cruising here back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about No Man's Sky, the new video game coming out, and I'll be putting on trailers and gameplays for you guys in the background as we go. So basically, in this video I'm going to be answering questions to the game, and you guys are going to see gameplay of the video here. So let's get onto the game. So basically, the most common question that is asked is, what is No Man's Sky? Okay, so I would recommend you guys to watch the trailers that I'm going to put a link to in the description below. So make sure to do that. But an add-on to the question would be that according to Hello Games on their website, that No Man's Sky is actually a science fiction game set in an infinite procedurally generated universe. Think of it as a first-person perspective, open world, open galaxy, space exploration, and adventure game. Go to nomansky.com for more of that kind of information. So we were just talking about how it's a procedural generation, right? So procedural generation means that as you go on, it randomly generates the world that or the planet that you're on, to just randomly generate the terrain and the animals and the creatures, everything. So people will be asking if it is a roguelike. I would say yes and no. The galaxy is static and the same for everyone. We all share the same galaxy in No Man's Sky. The code that determines what and where everything is procedural, but it doesn't generate different random things when you leave planets and return to them. Hello Games also wrote their own program that uses math to generate everything when it is needed. Nothing is hand placed, but what is generated can still remain constant every single time. The system is based on and uses voxels instead of polygons. Infinite variations of animals, ships, foliage, terrain, etc. are all based on elements from a periodic table that Hello Games created, and follow the rules and formulas of those elements based on the program. When you leave a planet, it doesn't need to be stored anywhere and it disappears. When any player returns, the game uses a seed number and regenerates the exact same planet again. Nothing needs to be saved in the cloud or server for each person because the seed generates when needed and is thrown away until needed again. Basically, actually, just recently, Hello Games and PlayStation released an announcement saying that all players will not need the use of PlayStation Plus in order to play online multiplayer on that game, which is great news for everyone. Sean Murray, the managing director and founder of Hello Games, cites the example of each planet being its own dungeon in the sense of roguelikes. Creatures are designed around skeletal and muscular systems, and then generated with infinite variations from there. Variants are used to generate a wide range of diverse yet physically complex and scientifically based forms of life. Basically, a procedural code creates static planets and terrain, animals, flora, etc. based on a special procedural variant program. If you want to get behind the scenes and find out how all of this is working, I'll put links to those videos in the description below, and make sure to check those out. So a lot of people are also asking the question about, like, what should we do in the game, right? So basically, I would say the premises of No Man's Sky is to explore planets, solar systems, and the galaxy. There's lore, but no rigid plot that demands we do things in any specific way. There are no missions, quests, levels, NPCs, quest givers, cities, or civilizations. The only loosely stated and optional goal is for players to reach the black hole at the center of the universe. Gameplay will continue after that, but we do not know what specifically happens. As you get closer to the center of the galaxy, creatures and environments on the planets will become increasingly dangerous, hostile, and even more alien. Getting to the center of the galaxy is supposed to be the challenging and requires strategy and planning. Hello Games has said that a minimum to maximum efficiency run to the black hole could possibly take 40 hours, with normal play to reach the center around 100 hours. Of course, you can skip that for as long as you like and just cruise the galaxy as you please. You will have to balance cargo and fuel against where you want to go and your logistic needs. For traveling, they're based on your current ship. There is a malevolent force that oversees the galaxy. Robotic sentinels are found on many planets, but not all. and they maintain order and balance. We can explore planets and scan and discover creatures and plants. Killing animals and destroying terrain without provocation draws sentinels to you and they will attack. There's actually a GTA-inspired wanted system that determines how severely the sentinels hunt you. Killing animals will not earn you anything. Otherwise, you use an upgradable multi-tool that serves as a weapon and a scientific instrument. Your behavior is noted by various factions in the galaxy, and they may interact with you favorably or negatively, based on your overall reactions. You are allowed to attack anything unprovoked so that freedom of player action and the feeling of reality always exists, but you are not rewarded for simply griefing the galaxy in any way. You can earn currency that are called units by finding and exploring planets, scanning and identifying creatures, plants, points of interest, crashed ships, ancient artifacts, scanning and collecting resources, and uploading all that data to beacons. Resources are native materials found on planets. Resources are traded at trading posts and space stations to get better upgrades for your spacesuit. Weapon and ships. You can alter terrain while gathering ships, resources, but you cannot build anything like a house, base, or a city. This is not Minecraft. You can combine resources for crafting to make enhanced resources for upgrading your suit, multi-tool, and ship. How do I upgrade my spacesuit, multi-tool, and ship is what people might ask now. Well, trading posts and space stations are actually where we upgrade and conduct business. Spacesuit and weapon upgrades are only available at trading posts where are located on planets. Suit and weapon upgrades are permanent and you do not lose them. You can also trade in resources for units at many trading posts to avoid going to space stations all the time. Different trading posts and space stations offer different quality levels of stock. You may have to find a post or station that accepts what you have to trade in. This is where balancing cargo and fuel comes into play. A distant station may be the only one to accept the large payload of specific cargo you have. Rarity, scarcity equals value depending on where you are. You can combine resources to make enhanced resources for upgrading your suit, multi-tool, and ship. Ships can only be purchased at space stations, and each solar system has one. You cannot customize a ship cosmetically, but we have learned that we can upgrade its stats. If you want better capabilities for a ship, you can also gather and combine resources to craft better resources for upgrades. Ships will exhibit visual damage and wear and tear over time. There will always be a basic starter ship available when you die. There will be 3 basic ship types. Each class is designed for use in a particular way and its stats reflect that. You are never restricted to ship type. You can use any ship that you want whenever you want, assuming that you can afford to buy. I do not know what actually happens to your current ship when you buy a new one. The smallest stealthy ships are fast, light, and designed with exploration and pacifism in mind. The middle tier of ships are fighters and average all around with a focus on combat. The cargo ship is bigger, heavier, and slower, but offers more cargo space for resources and hyperdrive fuel. Cargo and fuel are reported to share the same space. You can attack ships at trading posts. Doing this enough will attract police who will attack you. Even if you leave and return to police, you may remember you and attack you again. If you like a particular ship, you can follow it to a space station. Once there, you could buy that ship but reorned. The ship can dock and then fly away before you buy it. You can wait for certain ship types to return again. You can attack space stations but not destroy them because you're needed for commerce in the solar system. You will only lower the rating and quality of stock. Police will respond and fight back if you attack space stations. You will find and encounter different types of ships when you attack them. There are smaller ships with no shields. There are larger ships that will heal other ships. There are still larger ships that deploy smaller ships to combat. Freighters and capital ships deploy ships to the trading posts. Pirates may attack them and you can intervene and destroy the pirates, or just collect any dropped cargo and flee the scene. That is also known as being a scavenger. So far, the known upgrades for a ship would be shields, laser beam, plasma shot, rapid fire shots, energy torpedo, wing for maneuverability, hull for stats for landing in toxic, corrosive, or radioactive environments, an engine for general speed, hyperdrive for hyperspace jump distance, cargo space for splits between cargo and hyperdrive fuel, and cloaking. The known upgrades for a spacesuit would be shield, resource capacity, jetpack for height and time in the air hazard for stats for toxic, corrosive, and radioactive environments also, and liquid hazard for stats for time submerged in water, acid, and alcohol. The known upgrades for a multi-tool would be laser beam, plasma grenade, energy shot, scan distance, a scan type for some things cannot be scanned until it is acquired, and crystals can be mined by default, harder substances that can be mined only after upgrading the multi-tool. And that's where I'm going to end today, guys. Remember to stay tuned for the next video because I have a ton more questions to go through, and make sure to stay tuned, and have a good day.